So we can start and then see if we end up with quorum. Let me just see if you only try to reach him by phone. If I have his number. I'll give it to him. Yes, we are. Let us know when you're ready, Jamie.
I'll just start. I'll do the old-fashioned way till I get off the road. I got my wife's laptop,
Oh,
so it's not preloaded.
okay. Let us know. Okay, so it's 7:07. And we're commencing the October meeting of the Economic Development Commission. Everybody should have received a copy of the September minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Second?
Second.
All in favor? I'm assuming that passes unanimously. Oh, you want to look first?
No, I'm
Okay.
looking for it.
Okay. So does that pass unanimously?
Unanimous.
Okay. Great. We have a busy month ahead. First off, I've been asked to announce that the first selectman has started a series called "The Wisdom of Woodbridge," and it's going to be a series of lectures by Woodbridge residents who have experience in a variety of different fields. The first lecture will be held on Tuesday, October 20th at 6:30 p.m. at the Woodbridge Library by Dr. Mary Papazian, who I know is a personal friend and is wonderful and is the president of Southern Connecticut State University. Dr. Papazian's lecture is entitled "Embracing the Future, Southern Connecticut State University and the Changing Higher Education Landscape." So for all those who have high school students thinking of applying to college, I encourage you to set out the time to attend. Moving on to the next item on the agenda. Actually, I skipped the second item, which is what I did with these minutes, and I wanted to know how you guys felt about it. Was I tried to take the strategic planning exercise and try to make sure that each item on our agenda was one of the action items on our strategic planning objectives. I know that the town clerk, it's a little tedious for the town clerk, I think, because the agenda is a little bit more detailed than they're used to. But I personally found it helpful to make sure that we continue to be on target with our goals. So I'm willing to listen to any suggestions about how to compile the agenda for the future.
So it's fair to say then that the headings before each paragraph correspond to a specific item in the...
Yes, I took the items that we had in the strategic planning agenda, and if you see in the second to last page of the packet, I tried to I rearranged the notes that I had taken up there, and put each one into categories. So we have the website, we have traffic, we have business outreach, it should be data, promoting Woodbridge is another category, networking, business development resources, then Yellow Design Workshop, synergies, which really...
I didn't remember seeing synergies on there.
Well, it was when I was looking at things that we were doing, it's really about working with our other commissions.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I entitled it Synergies.
Okay.
And then community engagement.
If it helps to organize the agenda in the minutes, that works.
I think it helps organize our thought process in that we're constantly making sure that everything that we're doing is working towards a goal.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Then I'll continue with it. And the agendas may be a little bit longer, just so we make sure that we're constantly going towards our targets. So then under synergies again, Wednesday, October 21st, at 6 p.m., there'll be a FOI training session with Tan Hennick, who's a public education officer for the Freedom of Information for the state of Connecticut, and I'll be here in this room. I encourage you all to attend. As even though we are volunteers, we are still subject to the Freedom of Information Act, which is FOIA, and it's really important that I think that we all know that the public is entitled to really be a part of anything that we do, and what that means in how we conduct our business. I went to one that was held about 2 years ago, and it enlightened me, and I still have questions, so I'm going to go back. So hopefully you'll all attend. And Betsy Yagla has asked that that you let her know if you're going to attend. So just email her and let her know, because she's going to. I think she's going to try to circle around and track down commission members who she hasn't heard from. Getting on to item 5, this are the business development resources on Thursday, October 29th, from 6 to 8 p.m. Or I think it's 5:30. I think the time is wrong. There'll be a municipal economic development training session run by CERC and the New Haven Chamber of Commerce. Now, I have to say that we were not consulted. The EDC was not consulted in selecting the date, selecting the venue. And so while I encourage you all to attend, I know that I have a conflict. I think Jamie, it's Jamie's birthday. He has a conflict. It's a lot of it. Since Jamie and I have been on the commission for a while, and Herb has been on the commission, we've attended some of these things, and it's really good to. I encourage you to attend, because it really will give you a framework to think about economic development locally and regionally. And I know I opened my mail today, and they sent out a snail mail. They sent out an invitation, and they are serving dinner, and they will be paying for dinner. So, and I know I received a phone call from Wallingford. Wallingford would like to attend ours, so I have to talk to Wallingford. I've been being telephone tagged with them. But if you can put that on your calendar, I know it's a busy month. There's a lot of things going on, but it would be great. If you do attend, let me know who does, so that you can come back and brief us on what happened. Let's remember it. Okay. Now, there's going to be a business networking event. Jamie and I met with Betsy Yagla and Ellen to try to bring them up to date. I think Ellen Skalatar's meeting with all the commission heads and chairmen and vice chairmen, just to make sure we're all going. They know what we're doing, and we have direction. We were able to ask a lot of questions. One thing that came up is that the town, in the past, we've been organizing business outreach breakfasts that once or twice a year, usually once a year, hopefully twice this year, that are topic driven. And then someone had an idea that we do networking events also. So we are doing networking events, but they're really, and those are mostly in the evening, and those are really being run by the town, and we're just being given dates. So the next one, I believe, is Tuesday, November 3rd, although I received an email from Betsy, and I think she sent it to everybody saying, I'm not sure did anybody have that?
Yeah, I thought it moved to the 4th.
Yeah, I think it moved to the 4th. So that's Wednesday, November 4th then. And if you're available, I mean, I thought it was fun when I went to the last one. And we really were able to meet more of the businesses. So it's really a good thing to be at.
No, it is Tuesday the 3rd, not Wednesday the 4th.
It's when she did change. She did change it. Great.
Yes.
Back to what, Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Tuesday.
What's on the agenda?
Yeah. No. Originally she gave me
January
Wednesday, and so now it's Tuesday. Perfect.
And what time on Tuesday again?
I think it's about 6:00 in the evening at Grimaldi's, or 5:30.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I guess I don't have any of the information.
Oh, wait, maybe not. I'm sorry. Oh, no. There's no time.
There's no time. Okay, well, it's in the evening. I'm sure she will. Is everybody on the town email blast.
Mhm.
It will come through on the town email blast about the exact timing for that. So if you can make it, it's a really good way to meet the local businesses. Moving on, in speaking with Betsy, she said that when she posted, was it the Scarecrow Festival original, that the first posting actually kind of went mini viral, and they were like, I can't remember how many. It was
1,200 or something?
1,200 looks. So first off, we all should make sure we're signed up. Maybe we should all be friends on Facebook so we can make sure that we're reposting. I know I reposted it as soon as you posted it, and so if we can, we spread the word that way to all of our local friends. And actually, I think Facebook's made it easier, so you can go through your list and check.
Mhm.
I haven't formed a group yet of Woodbridge residents who are my friends, but I may, if I have time, do that. You can check off, though, the friends that you want to see it, so it doesn't have to go to people in California or people in other parts of the world.
Should we have a page for us, for the Economic Development Committee?
If someone wants to form a page, absolutely. But
Because then at least you can post it from the page and then all of us can
okay,
send it out.
I'm not. Would you like to start a page? Okay, that'd be great. Thanks.
If you think of it, you do it, Jeremy.
What?
If you think of it, you do it.
Exactly. That would be great. Because because Betsy was really, really excited
Good.
that it went so viral. Viral in Woodbridge sort of way, at least. Okay, great. So moving on to community engagement. Kate, do you want to bring us up to date to the new date for the
Sure,
Scarecrow
sure.
Festival? Is the weather
Tired of hearing about it.
Is the weather report good for this
We're
weekend?
supposed to have good weather.
Okay.
As you know, last Saturday we were rained out.
Mhm.
So the event will be
It's the
somewhat-
Scarecrow
Scarecrow
Festival.
Festival. The road race went on as
Right.
scheduled. The auto show and the Scarecrow Festival have been postponed to this Saturday.
Mhm.
It will be a somewhat smaller event.
Mhm.
WPLR was going to be there broadcasting live, and they're unfortunately not able to do this weekend. Some of the other entertainment that we had lined up, the people are not available. The great news is that we have had great press and publicity out of this, which is one of our goals, is just exposure. So we've had really wonderful coverage. The New Haven Register had it twice.
Right.
It's been in the local papers. It was on ctnow.com. It was on a couple of the radio stations' websites for community events. We've been all over Facebook as best as possible. So we've really gotten some lovely local exposure and also some statewide exposure, which is what we're after. Hopefully we'll have even better news to report after the event. Anticipating it's going to be somewhat smaller than it would have been, but I think we're on the road to having an even bigger event next year. You probably saw the signs that the EDC paid for, which I think came out really nicely, and they've now been picked up. But if you go by the Willows, you'll see they actually have they paid for a banner to be made that says Scarecrow Festival and Woodbridge Day this Saturday, so you can use it again.
Oh, okay, great.
And it's just, maybe 3 feet by 2 feet, and they have it tied between two trees. But that might be something we consider buying
Right.
more of
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's the same, format and font and color, and it looks great. So we're on target to have all the scarecrows up there. Some great scarecrows that have been made. And so I hope all of you are bringing yours to record. I know yours, Jeremy's is made, right? Or,
Almost finished.
Okay.
But I've been ready for a while.
so, we're kind of excited to get it over with at this point.
Yeah,
A lot
sure.
of anticipation. So we're on track. As far as Restaurant Week goes, we don't have any formal feedback yet. Betsy heard from Katz's and Saloon both informally saying they were very happy with the turnout.
Great.
She's going to meet or talk, at least reach out to all the restaurants in the next week or so. We should have a little more formal feedback. I know in talking to people, the restaurants were very busy, and people seemed happy overall with the activity and exposure.
Great.
So nothing formal in terms of feedback on Restaurant Week, but it certainly looked like it was a success. So we'll have more information after Betsy chats with everybody.
Great. Thank you. that update. And I just want to say one of the things that came out of our meeting is that Betsy is officially our, Susan's our liaison to the Board of Selectmen. Betsy's officially our liaison to the office. So if you have anything, that you need to talk to the town about, she's probably the best place to start.
Well, she has been wonderful, so
Yes.
that's good news.
Yeah. Moving on, we have some invited guests. I don't know which one of you would like to go first. I think I have Jessica from Claydate written first, but okay. Hi.
I'll just show you what we
Oh, please.
So, here? Doesn't matter where?
Mhm.
All right. I own the Claydate in Woodbridge, and, obviously Woodbridge, hello. But I guess we're coming up on our 4th anniversary, and it's been a fun ride. But our goal is basically to provide a place for people to relax and do some art. And we have a lot of different venues for art. We concentrate on kiln-fired art, so if we can burn it, we like it. But we also have canvas, so we do canvas and we do some other events as well. But really what we wanted was to have a place where a family could go for about the cost of a movie and actually interact with each other. And spend time. We don't have any kind of time limits. We don't have a studio fee. And so that makes it accessible. And people are really comfortable coming in and knowing exactly what they're going to spend. And so we really like that because they're comfortable, they like it, and we get some great products. And so some of the things we do, is we do glass. I don't know if any of you have ever played with fused glass, but you can make jewelry, lamps, plates, bowls, vases, some really cool stuff. And so that's my favorite medium.
How does that work?
So you layer basically a layer of glass, like a blank, and then you add your color. And we teach you how to cut and all different kinds of glass. And you layer it up, and then we melt it all together. And then if you want it into a bowl, we mold it. It goes through a second firing where it gets just hot enough to sag onto a mold. So I just brought the jewelry because it's easy to carry, and it is the season for jewelry. The other thing that we love is we have pottery wheels, and we try to make the wheel really accessible for people because it's hard. You have to sign up for big classes, and it's hard to have time, and so we do private lessons. We have a couple of classes a week, excellent instructors, and just accessible from 3 years old and up. So we get all ages we do kids camp, workshops in the pottery wheel and private lessons with little kids is all the way up to, bucket list type things. So, and this is a sample of one of our pottery pieces from one of our instructors. And this is just one of our fun little pieces for the holidays. So every holiday we have different themed pieces as well as our staples, and I don't know, it's just a good place to be. I think so. I'm there every day.
Where is it?
It's down at 1666 Litchfield Turnpike, so it's next to the Yarn Barn, next to Starbucks, right off the highway.
And if someone wanted to participate,
Yep,
what would they do? Just kind of walk in?
they just walk in.
And what happens when you walk in?
So we show them everything that's available as an option. They can hand build in clay. We give them instruction. They can paint a canvas if they want it to go the same day. Fired arts do take time, so whatever they build that day usually is about a 1 week turnaround. They have to come back and get it. So, but they can paint anything, and we have all these pre-shaped items that they can come in and just pick right off the shelf. And I think right now we probably have about 500 plus pieces that they could choose right off the shelf. Or they can go over to our glass area, and we walk through the instructions. It's a little intimidating when people first, and we strive really hard to take all the intimidation away because it's a lot of fun. So,
how about the days and times of days that you're there?
so we're closed on Mondays except if it's a school holiday, and then we're open 10 to 4 mostly, and then but we're open the rest of the week, and usually it's we open at 11 and we close at 6. Except Thursdays and Fridays we're open till 9. And the first Friday of the month, we are open till 11 p.m. It's paint till you faint, and usually the staff faints way before the painters do. So
So Saturdays too?
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays we're open until 6. Sundays we open at noon, and Saturdays at 10.
And is it designed that someone could come in that day and complete a project?
Absolutely. Yep. So you can complete it that day, and if you don't complete it that day, we give you 2 weeks with no additional fees to come finish it. So that way it takes the stress out. If sometimes somebody finishes really early in their party, and that way that whoever's able to, they come back and finish it at another time.
And you've had families coming together?
All the time. We get a lot of great, it's a family activity, birthdays, we do parties, ladies' night out, grandparents with the grandkids, like people visit and then they ship it out because it's just something fun to do. And, we're thrilled to be able to offer another entertainment. It's really art entertainment, in Woodbridge, because there's many, many wonderful places to eat, it's a little shy on the entertainment side, so happy to fill that hole.
And how did you choose Woodbridge as a place?
Research. Mountains of it.
Where do you live?
Ansonia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was looking for a place that was centrally located. It was a good draw for, going up the Merritt Parkway as well as south of the Merritt Parkway. Also did research within my industry, and, a healthy distance for this kind of a facility, place is 30 minutes. So it was a nice, you draw in your map, and there you go. It worked out well and found a great location. So was happy with that.
That's great.
Too.
And where do most of your clients come from then?
I would say last time I checked, which probably was about 7 months ago, we were getting probably about 60% in Woodbridge and up 69. So Woodbridge, Prospect, and what's in between there?
Bethany.
Thank you. In Bethany. And then we get a good pull from Hamden and Orange. So
Great.
It's a nice location, and as a business owner, I kind of fail at marketing. It's my weakness. But luckily, word of mouth has been wonderful, so good to me.
That's great. And how much could someone expect to spend on the Halloween item?
Like this would probably be about 18.
Okay.
So, and that's an all in, including, except sales tax. I always say that because I say it's all in, and then people are like, what? Sales tax? But, yeah, we have pieces starting around 12. We have a really cute little cat with a witch's hat for like 14. So we're really trying to keep it on that, comfortable movie night out spectrum.
And is the jewelry comparably priced? Or is it more
Yeah,
expensive?
you can make a pendant and earrings for about $18. And just as a side note, I know someone comes in and makes jewelry at my place and sells them in downtown New Haven for $45 a pop. So.
Really? Wow. That's hysterical.
Just, throwing it out there. But that's it.
Well, I do say I was at a party at your place. It was a nonprofit. I guess was doing some fundraising.
Yeah, we do fundraising.
And how does that work?
So with fundraising, we have a couple of different structures, but what seems to be the most popular is that people come in and we donate. We agree to a set dollar amount, and then a portion of the profits go to the cause. And then depending on, I'm a softie for kids, so depending on if the kids come in and it's some sort of kids organization, I usually throw in a higher percentage. And if it's a higher percentage overall total, then we'll kick it up a bit too. So we start around 15 or 20% and go up from there. And then, I love that the young kids come in and they're like, I'm doing this project, and that's just awesome. I want to encourage them, that independence, and so we work with a lot of kids.
And how many participants do you look for a nonprofit to run a fundraiser?
I will donate a percentage for any dollar amount.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a minimum because I appreciate that people are out there working their tails off for something, right? But 150 is our mark where we bump the percentage up.
Okay.
So, you might have someone come in and paint a $100 tree and you could have 2 participants, and there you go.
Right.
We do the great big, grandma Christmas trees. And everybody comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, my grandma had one of those.
I did that when I was there.
So they're coming out now. So
Great.
And one of the things that we like to do here is we have the page for the Economic Development Commission. We have a news section, so if you do have any events coming up we put out press releases, we can post that on there, and then Betsy knows about it, and then she could put it into the news cycle and stuff. So
Okay.
little things that we could do to help promote is what we want to do.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. All
All
right.
right. Well, thank you. Thank you
pleasure.
for coming and joining us this evening.
It's
And
interesting.
I didn't know about the jewelry. That's looks like a lot of fun.
It's my fave.
Okay. And let's see. Next on the agenda, we have Brent. I don't know your last name, Brent.
Ordinary.
Okay. From New England Conservation.
Hi, how are you?
Except it says conversation here. Sorry about that.
I'm from New England Conservation Services, and also there's a second company there, National Air Quality Services. National Air Quality's been in Woodbridge now since, I believe, 2002, and New England Conservation was started in 2007. We employ approximately 30 people there, give and take a person or two. New England Conservation, we do some of the state programs and the utility programs for energy conservation, home energy solutions, income eligible, and home performance with Energy Star. We are one of two contractors that is involved in the Woodbridge Energy Campaign. So we have been involved with Woodbridge locally with that campaign. Matter of fact, the campaign, I believe, it started last October, I believe, and I think we're at 58 homes ourselves in here. There's another contractor that's involved also, and I believe there's another approximately 30 homes that are completed. So we're well on our way to the goal, I think, which was 150, if I'm not mistaken, for the energy campaign. The Home Energy Solutions program is a program that any homeowner can get involved in. There's a $99, what they call copay, that the homeowner has to pay directly to us. The rest of the core measures are at no cost to the homeowner. We are paid on performance for what we can save in that home and how much that we can do in that home. We come in, we do some diagnostic testing on the home. We're going to measure the home, calculate the square footage as well as the volume of the home, calculate what's called a minimum ventilation guideline, and then we run a blower door. I don't know if anybody's familiar with what that is,
Yeah,
if you've had the program done. And that's going to give us a reading from a manometer that we compared to the minimum ventilation guideline. And the difference in that is the air loss in the home, and that's what we're looking to capture, and that's what we're looking to save. So we're all around the home at that point in time, looking for air leakage to outside your thermal boundary. So it's your attic, basement, exterior walls. And we go around and we try to tighten those up, tighten up the air leaks wherever we can in the home, which in turn would save you energy and dollars and money. In addition to that, we would look at your home for insulation. We also are an insulation company, so we would do insulation ourselves. If the home is under insulated, there are rebates through the program that would help to offset the cost for you. We'll also look at your heating systems, windows, and then I think one of the biggest things that we do in a home that I think many times gets overlooked, we do a lot of safety testing in the home prior to us really running any of that diagnostic. We're going in and we're testing for gas leaks if you have gas. We're testing for high CO levels in the home. We're looking for environmental issues, mold, asbestos. Some of those things would keep us from doing the work in your home at times, but we're certainly going to let you know what's going on in that home. We change light bulbs in the home to energy efficient light bulbs. Any we changed to CFLs, although now there are LEDs in the program, which you would get 4 LEDs free if you're in the HES program. And then there is a wide variety of LEDs that you can actually purchase that most of them are about $5 a piece, which is a good price. That's all subsidized through the state. So again, we've been doing the Home Energy Solutions program since 2006. The other company is National Air Quality Services. It's a duct cleaning company. That's actually the older company, and I'm actually next month going to receive an award from Better Business Bureau for 20 years for that company. So I'm kind of proud of that too.
Now with the, I've used all of your services. I've used the home and the office. I've used the energy conservation. I think before the town was even counting homes and stuff. And I think it's a great program. One of the other things you've done is the showers. You still do the shower heads
Yes.
as well?
Yeah, we do look at some water measures in the home, aerators, shower heads. We're looking at your water flow on the ones you have and trying to improve that.
I was shocked. I mean, I thought, oh, they're going to put these low flow shower heads in. They were better than the brand new ones I had bought a year earlier when we moved in.
Yeah, and you're saving water that's coming through there.
I mean, for the $99, the light bulbs and the shower heads alone pay for it.
It's a great program, and there's still a lot of people out there that don't realize it's out there, and it really is. You get a lot for $99. The income eligible programs, there's no cost to the homeowner. You obviously have to qualify for that program financially, but there's really no cost, and quite frankly, even the insulation is a very low cost, if any, for income eligible families. So it really is a great program. We're one of the older companies doing it. Our lead technicians are very well trained. They have certifications from BPI, Building Performance Institute. And currently, at the end of the program, by the way, there is all the information from your home and everything that we do in your home is put into what's called the EDS form, and it prints out a report on your home at the end of the visit, and that report would give you a breakdown of any energy savings, an estimate of what the energy savings were for any of the measures that we did do in your home. It'll also cost out with a return on investment of any suggestions that we make, such as adding insulation or that type of thing. In addition to that now, and this is a little plug, I guess, for the state, we are now also doing what's called Home Energy Score in the home, which is another kind of a mini audit that's done right along with in the same tablet, the same EDS as our report. And that's a report that is administered by the Department of Energy, and it's kind of like a miles per gallon for your home, miles per gallon for your car. It's kind of based on miles per gallon for your home. It ranges in a score from 1 to 10, 10 being more energy efficient, 1 being the low end. And it kind of compares your home to other homes that are the same size, the same basic layout, similar amount of people, that type of thing. So it's kind of a gauge as to where you are from an energy standpoint in your home. And currently, the state of Connecticut is far and away leading in the country in terms of using this. I think by the end of the year, we will probably have done more home energy scores than the rest of the entire country put together. So the state's pretty proud of that. So.
Any data about Woodbridge?
Pardon?
Any data about Woodbridge participation in the energy audits, or
what you mean for the home energy score?
Yeah, whatever data you have. Yeah.
I don't have the numbers for that, but yeah, it would.
I think we're not one of the highest in the state.
Yeah.
What I was told.
Yeah, every home that we do it in, every home that we do this in. So, at least from the home energy. From the HES program, home energy.
I I think one of the things that I found interesting is they don't make the house so it can't breathe. You know, the house has to be able to breathe. And so, but when he put the thing on the door, you know, literally as they were filling leaks and stuff, the numbers are adjusting, and so they were up in the attic and, you know, filling all this stuff up in the attic and then down in the basement and then doing all the duct work in the basement. You guys sealed.
Oh, yeah.
It was orange foam everywhere, but very, very neat. I mean, it wasn't a mess, but just filling all those gaps that are in the homes and stuff, making the home a little bit more tighter and energy efficient. I was really impressed with the whole process. I think everybody in town should do it. I mean, for $99, it's going to pay for itself.
You really get a lot for your money out of it. You really do. And there are some homes where you're not going to get as much in some homes as you're going to get in another. You go into some homes that are tight. We're not going to over tighten them. That's why we use the equipment. But you really get a good picture on what's going on in your home, where the home stands in terms of. Yep.
So, does it bring it up to like an Energy Star rated home? Or?
No, it won't do that yet. That could be something that's down the road, but that's a long way off. That's kind of where the home energy score is kind of going. At some point in time, you're going to see that score ties into a lot of things. It might even tie into the sale of the home, at some point in time. But that's a ways off.
So are Energy Star rated homes eligible for the program?
They are, but you're probably not going to get a lot for your money in that. Our goal is to go in and save as much as we can in a home, reduce the cost of the home. By the way, with these programs, if you are doing what they call add-on measures, which would be insulation or a heating system or windows, or it could be a variety of things, there are also really good finance programs available for homeowners through these programs. CHIF is one, Smarty loans, and they're very, very reasonable. The point is to try to get people to get their homes as energy efficient as possible.
And do you help the people, your clients, then to tap into these programs?
We would help them through the finance program, as well as in any way that we can. We do insulation ourselves. We're not a heating company, so we don't do heating, but we work with a number of heating companies. So we try to, as much as we can, hold the customer's hand through the process.
Yeah, so how does the process work? If someone wants to have this done in their home, what would they do? Just kind of call you and then...
You can call us. I mean, I can give you the numbers. We're in the phone book, but I can give you the numbers. They can also call. There's a wise use line statewide that they call, and it goes through to the utilities, and the utilities would farm those out. You may not get us in that particular case, although you can ask for a contractor, but we obviously do more than Woodbridge. We actually at one point covered the whole state, but we're a little more focused than we used to be. But so you can call the Wise Use line. You can contact New England Conservation on our lines. We do have a local line here and an 800 number.
Once they call you, what happens next? You're going to be on the phone with us probably around 10 minutes. There is quite a bit of information that we take on your home. There will be a lot of questions. We're going to need your utility account number. If you have gas in your home, we're going to need the gas account number. There's going to be quite a few questions asked about your home, what type of fuel you use, the size of the home, is there any construction going on in the home, do you know if you have asbestos or mold in the home. There's quite a few questions that we would go to, but what we're trying to do is get a good handle on that home so that we know what we're doing when we come out to it. And then you're just simply put on a schedule. A job generally lasts, again, it depends on the home a little bit. I would say our average is probably around 3.5 to 4 hours. But we have gone back to homes sometimes 2 days. It depends on the home.
We're going to try to get as much as we can do on the home that makes sense. We do need somebody there at the home, somebody preferably the homeowner, but at least somebody over 18 years of age, because there are a lot of questions that we'll ask in the home. We don't come in and we're not just going to do everything we see. We're going to question it. It's your home. Aesthetically, we want to make it pleasing to you. We don't want to do something that you're not going to be happy with afterwards. So that before a lot of the measures are done, we would go to the homeowner and say, "This, you're leaking air. This is a visible place. Did you want us to do something with that?" And a variety of different things.
I was very impressed with the professionalism as well, with the staff, and even my wife had to run out and do an errand, and they said, "We're going to leave the home." They wouldn't even be in the house while she wasn't there. It was just like pick the kid up or something real quick, back in 10 minutes. I said, no, we'll wait outside for you type thing. And there were 3 guys there about 6 hours. I mean, there was a fair amount of work that they did, and I was just...
We have 6 lead technicians, what we call lead technicians, and I think out of the 6 of them, 5 of them have at least 8 years of experience with us here at this. So we're a pretty experienced company. They're pretty knowledgeable guys. They really are. They've been doing this for a while.
And one more thing, how long after the inspection is that report generated?
I'm sorry.
And how long after the inspection is that report generated?
The report will get emailed to you the next day, sometimes that night. Sometimes we can even print it in the home, but we try to we like to email it the next day because, quite frankly, the guys like to review it before they send it out. To be honest with you, they will review that though in the home with you. They'll review what they've done and all the things that they've done before they leave it. That's part of a very large part of the audit. Actually, is what they call a table wrap up, and that's designed to tell you what we did in the home, and here's what we see. You would benefit by adding insulation or changing out your heating system, and here's approximately what your rate of return would be. This is approximately your cost, and it's pretty comprehensive.
I think Susan had a question.
Not so much a question. To Herb's point, by the way, my husband and I did this. I don't actually remember which vendor it was. It's phenomenal. We've already saved some money on electricity bills, but the context in Woodbridge is the energy challenge.
Yes.
So if you're going to apply as a homeowner, check the town website out. Make sure you do it through the energy challenge, because the vendors are rebating back to the town a small amount of money, which eventually we're going to donate or use for the food and fuel fund through human resources.
Thank you. I forgot to mention it.
Challenge from a town point of view, I mean, it's fabulous. The vendors are here in town. We're using the human resources needs, where homeowners are participating, but make sure that you loop it in through the town website so that we get the benefit.
And that's a statewide challenge?
No, this is all
that's just Woodbridge.
But who's funding who funds the rebate?
No, the rebate. I'm sorry. The rebate is that's through the utilities and through the fund. Yes.
So you're saying that we don't call the vendor before we go through the town's website?
Well, that's the question. Do you automatically connect up to the energy challenge?
Yes, we do.
If you're contacted directly?
Yes, we do. Paul Weaver from our office meets with your task force. I think it's almost monthly, to be honest with you. Okay. Yeah. So we feed everything
but
back.
It's a double, if not triple, incentive for homeowners.
There's also an additional incentive if you do insulation too, because we've got a locked price for the per square foot.
Believe me, I live in a colander. We did the insulation. We got a 50% rebate back from the state.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. These programs are really amazing.
Great. So you also have the HVAC cleaning business?
I do have a duct cleaning business there. It's probably one of the older ones in the state. We've been doing it 20 years, and we do residential, commercial, industrial. I don't think there's any kind of a building that we haven't done, from hospitals to colleges to schools to industrial buildings.
And how often do you recommend a homeowner?
It depends a little bit on the home, but we usually tell people anywhere from 2 to 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, we have some people that actually do it every year. There are people that have some kind of physical challenges, asthma, some breathing issues. But most of our customers are probably around the 3-year period. There are some that obviously go 5 or 6 years. The price is based on the register count and the number of air handlers you have in your home. Most homes are a 3 to 4 to 5 hour time frame.
And does the ventilation get dirty because of the oil burners, or?
No, it's not just oil. I mean, it can be a variety of things. That when you're a forced air system, what you're doing is you're returning air back into the system from the home. Mm-hmm. So if you have pets, or if you live in an area that's got wooded, or maybe you live close to the highway where there's a lot of emissions, you can be pulling some of that stuff into your duct system. Obviously, you've got a filter there that's designed to stop that from getting through, but it's not going to stop the small particles. And they'll go through, and they'll continue to cycle through that all the time. Some builds up in the system, some comes right back through. If you're a home with a forced hot air system, you may get upset because you're dusting your furniture 2-3 times a week. Mm-hmm. Cleaning the ducts will help that. I'm not going to tell you it's going to go away, but it will help it.
Jamie, as a manufacturer of ducts, how often do you tell your clients to clean the system?
It's not we don't get involved in that side. Now we're the V part of the HVAC. So
okay.
As Brent said, I've used his services both in the office and at home. So they've come and done our office duct cleaning and stuff.
Great. And do you do insulation between floors just for soundproofing, or you just do insulation?
We don't. We can. We certainly can. But no, that's not the main reason to be insulating. What you're really trying to do with the insulation is it depends on the insulation you're using. First of all, if anybody comes to you and wants to insulate your attic and they don't air seal the attic, don't let them do it, because you need to air seal the attic first, because otherwise you're still going to be letting air through, especially if you're using fiberglass as opposed to some other types of products out there. And that's not a knock on fiberglass. It's just, it's not an air barrier. We would seal your attic. That's part of what we do under the Home Energy Solution program. And that gets sealed up so you don't have air leakage coming through the attic. You don't want to be heating your attic. Your attic wants to be kind of like your outside space. And once you seal that up, then you add the insulation. Now you're keeping your heat in.
I see. Great. And how did you choose Woodbridge? How did you choose to locate your business in Woodbridge?
Well, I actually came over here with the person that bought the building here. But we like Woodbridge. I mean, it's not always convenient to get to or to leave sometimes. We do have trucks, so if we just had vans, the Merritt Parkway is fine. But my duct cleaning trucks, sometimes I have to go across New Haven to get anywhere. But we love the area that we're in. It's
where exactly are you?
I'm 2 buildings away from Jamie.
So Lunar Drive.
We're neighbors, huh?
Are you on Lunar
Drive? Yeah. And we love it there. It's a quiet street. I've had, anytime I've had to use the police department or anyone, they're great. They respond. I have no issues with anything there. It's all the things that we do, banking and everything else, is convenient. My only issue would be with the trucks driving them. That's a bit of a problem with the traffic. But, you know, we love the area that we're in. It's good. We
we enjoy where we are. It's a kind of an industrial area, but it doesn't feel that way. So,
what's the full-time staff like, numbers-wise, and where do they come from?
We mostly New Haven, but we draw a little bit Hamden. We draw sometimes from Waterbury. I don't think I have anybody from Waterbury right now, but that's pretty much the area, and that's one of the reasons we like it here too, because we do have a pretty close tie with the city of New Haven also. And we've used New Haven Works as an example for some people from time to time, which has been good. And
where do you live?
I live in Hamden. Okay. My partner lives in East Hampton, so he's got a little bit of a ride. Every once in a while I'll hear a little bit, but it's okay.
Great.
Wow.
Now, some of your employees use the bus line.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's also a nice added feature that we
Yeah.
have in town. I don't think enough people realize that we have the bus line.
Yeah, and it actually is very good. I mean, I think I have 3, if I remember right, that actually do use the bus line.
And where does it stop? Close to?
It drops them right over by, there's a couple places, but one of them in the morning, I believe, is over by Starbucks somewhere in that area.
Huh.
Right in the corner of Lucy and
Yeah.
69.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and they get there reasonably on time. I mean, every once in a while they might have a little problem, but it works well.
Great. Any other questions? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both for coming and joining
I
us.
did bring
this
some
evening.
brochures. I can leave if anybody wants to.
Please, yes.
I'll take it. My house breathes.
Thank you.
Too much.
Thanks, Brett.
Okay. You guys are welcome to stay, but it's your choice.
Okay.
Moving on, was anybody able to attend either? Thank you. Was anybody able to attend either of the business development events that happened by you? Okay. Then we'll move on. Jamie and I had a long conversation with Tony Genovese and Ellen Skeletor about signage in town. And we're moving on forward with it. Jamie actually created a really nice, maybe you'll email it to me and we'll include it for the next agenda, so that we can share it with the town.
I think obviously we're both on the same wavelength, driving around seeing the poor signage and stuff. And so all I did was took some of the pictures and put them into a little presentation of where I think we could potentially be.
So in any event, so we're moving ahead. Tony's, we have money left over from the steep grant. We just need approval from the state as to how we can spend that. Thought is it may be spent on developing the sign. We have to develop what the sign's going to look like. And when I say we, the town has to. But we have full support of the town to move ahead with this project. And so in the coming months, hopefully we will, be moving forward, reviewing the town seal and seeing what that sign looks like. But I encourage you, when you drive around, a lot of towns have created new signage, and think about I took pictures with my phone when I saw one that I liked. Seymour did actually some nice signage with really directional signage. It's a shame when we come off of exit 59. It points to New Haven. right?
And I think that's on the town line. I think the town line is there. We should be able to have a Woodbridge sign.
Yeah. So we're moving forward, which is, as I noted on the agenda, was part of one of the suggestions in the Yale Urban Design Workshop plan. So hopefully that'll be one of the big things we're going to work on, I think, in the next year. Moving forward on the website, we spoke with Betsy about the website, and I think the town is now reviewing the capabilities of the website we currently have. As technology has changed so fast, the website that the town has with Houston doesn't have that flexibility. So before we put any more resources into the current website, I think the town's going to review and see where we need to be. in terms of website. And since the Economic Development Commission website is really just a page on the back of the town website, we're just going to continue using it as is, and supplementing with Facebook and other. I don't Twitter, but other sort of push things that you can push out. Yaron was unable to be here today with respect to item 15. I think that we had discussed, Rob Leonard had started talking at the last meeting about doing cybersecurity, and Jamie had talked about doing cybersecurity as our next outreach breakfast. And Yaron said he would absolutely be involved, and that's his business. So I'm thinking we maybe discuss it next month. I would like to avoid putting a breakfast in the winter. It's just there's no reason for the stress of trying to have a breakfast in the winter. Unless it's time important, we can do it in the spring. We don't have to worry about snow dates. So I'm thinking March, April for that. But we'll see how that goes. Moving on to item 16, Rob had suggested a pamphlet of the steps that you need to get building. I don't think you were here last month. Rob had suggested we do some sort of pamphlet or online pamphlet, so that if a business wants to move to Woodbridge, they know the steps that need to be taken, so that they can make sure to maximize their efficiency of not having delays and getting building permits or whatever they need.
But that's it, like as a PDF on the website or something?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So, but let's table it and discuss it with Rob when he's back, since it was his idea. But if you want to help out with that, I think that would be a really good goal for the commission to have, to create something that would be that business friendly. We spoke with the town about what kind of information we can provide and what type of information the town can provide to us that we can then push out. We thought that we'd always been working under the assumption that trade names were registered in the town as required by state, and then we can push that out and there was some sort of list. Well, in fact, it seems that Woodbridge is the repository for most West Haven trade name registrations for some reason. And so it's not that easy. So we're thinking maybe, I don't know, do you have access to this information through your the realtors?
Not trade names per se. I mean,
okay.
I can certainly through websites that we subscribe to, whether it be like a LoopNet or through the MLS, or even through CERC, which I believe we're a member organization. Yes. I can definitely pull current properties for lease and for sale within our town.
Okay.
Does that encompass everything that's for lease or for sale? Not necessarily, but it's a start.
Okay.
And that'll obviously be able to lead towards what what the vacancy would be in town.
Right.
We'll be able to sort of calculate that out. I'd have to dive in a little more and see how to pull together all the commercial space in town. I mean, it's sort of a large undertaking, but CERC may have.
I think the tax assessor probably has it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can connect you, Betsy Quist, I think is her name. Different Betsy. But that would be great. I mean, if we could have, if we could, on the agenda have some monthly, just updated every so often.
I mean, it'd be really nice to be able for someone to just pop on the website and say, oh, this property's for lease, or this property is.
Well, that was the idea when we created the website. We really thought the realtors would want to use it to promote space that became available. And, we never got to that point. We thought of perhaps monetizing it. And so then we'd have some money to spend on the website. At this point, I think we would just let's see how, we would just not monetize it, but just if we can get the information out there, the more the better.
It may be worth a discussion with the people at CERC to see, because I know that they provide back-end website, I don't know what the word is, Jamie, but back-end website pages for commercial real estate companies where you can go on that commercial real estate company and search for space, and that site lands you on the CERC
Really?
So what we did,
interface or whatever it may be, but you can search through CERC through.
and that's what we linked to the CERC demographics page on Woodbridge, and then city data, and then just general resources to CERC. So somebody can get there, but we're not landing them right on that page that you're talking about. But that's what Jody was saying. That was our ultimate vision was, you can go right into, I guess, through the site finder side of it, if we can link right into the Woodbridge page or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
Is there a
That's
Woodbridge
just-
page on
That's just a link. I have to go into site finder.
Well, if you
and
go to
say-
Site Finder, you put in Woodbridge as your, town of choice to search in.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if there's a way to specify and keep all other towns out of the search
Right.
profile. I don't know if that's.
I don't know.
something-
Well, maybe are you going to be able to attend the dinner?
I plan on going to the.
Okay,
the
so
one
maybe,
that's
can
at
you?
Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can, or Birchwoods, yes, Oakland. If you maybe you can ask them that, because if we can land directly on the page through the website, it's easy enough to create a link, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we can
'cause this
provide
is-
people with other information, but it'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a nice,
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
way. Okay.
Okay.
There's no
So-
easy way to do it here,
okay.
but hopefully on the back end.
So maybe if you can, talk to Betsy Quist and
Yeah.
go through the next, and we'll keep revisiting this. There's not a deadline, but I'd like to see us just moving forward to be able to provide the community and provide the realtors with a way that we can market the space that's available in town.
I do have the list of the businesses that have attended before. I'm not sure where that is on the agenda. Did we go over that?
It's not on the agenda, but
Oh,
we
okay.
can. We have a couple of items to add to the agenda.
Okay.
So let's just get through.
I wasn't sure if this was the outreach part or not. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. No, we are onto the outreach part. So.
I'm working between two different agendas. So I'm trying to
Okay.
make
Yeah.
sure
Someone
I'm
changed it.
capturing everything.
The POCD, in meeting with the town, that's Plan of Conservation Development, they're moving forward. They're hopefully going to be hiring a zoning person who will implement the recommendations of what is contained in the Plan of Conservation Development, which may require some of our regulations to be rewritten to reflect the changes of just in the business district. There may be some zoning tweaks. We've asked that we fully participate in that. We were also talking, maybe at one point we'll have a joint meeting with TP&Z when this it moves further along. But right now it's all preliminary, but moving forward. So. A few other things. We have no public to comment today. We have other business. In order to have other business, we have to take votes. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the number of members on the commission. So can we have a vote to talk about the number of members on the commission? Currently, we have 8 members on the commission. Someone make a motion to talk about how many members we have on the commission?
Well, first, is there anything in our charter?
So that's yes. So let's make a motion to talk about.
I move that we discuss
Okay.
the number of members.
Okay, and can we have a second for that?
A second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay. When I took over as chairman, we had 9 members on the commission, and then when I read the charge one night, I found that we're charged with 8. And so subsequently, right now we currently have 7 and 1 vacancy. When the 9th person resigned or left, we ended up with 8. Now the issue with 8 is that we need 5 to have a quorum. Whether we have 8 or we have 9, we need 5 to have a quorum. It's easier with 9 to have a quorum because there's one. This way. It's one more person. So the town will change our charter to have 9, which I encourage us to do, because I think one more active member would be great, and not having to worry about making the quorum is just that much easier. for us. So if we could have a motion to increase our number to 9, I can, assuming it passes, I will bring it back to the first selectman, and I've been assured that she will bring it up to the Board of Selectmen meetings, and they have the power to change our number to 9.
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
increase the number of commission members to 9.
Great. And a second? All in favor? Passes unanimously. Great. I need a second motion to discuss Jeremy Rosner's selection of I guess, top people under 40. Have you?
Oh. What do you want?
Could someone
I have no idea.
Okay. Would you like to second that?
I'll second.
Okay.
Sure.
So I received an email from the ad person from, is it New Haven Magazine? New Haven Magazine?
Probably Business New Haven.
Yeah, Business New Haven. That you, well, why don't you explain what you've been selected for?
I was named Rising Star.
Okay.
Business New Haven Magazine.
Well,
So it's an award they give to folks under 40 who are, I don't know, making good strides in the business community.
Great. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
We were invited to advertise, which I think is the purpose of the outreach to us. We don't really have a budget to advertise. I'm not sure that we'd love to congratulate you. We're doing it publicly. I'm not sure what using our budget to advertise will do to foster the mission of the EDC.
I'm sure they reached out to many of the.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Jamie, did you want to make a motion to add the?
I'm still trying to
To keep up with it? Okay, let us know.
Trying to, because these are all motions and blah,
Yes.
blah, 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 blah. I want to make sure. Okay.
He used to be the recording secretary when there's no quorum, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Okay. You're joining a good group of alumni. I was a Rising Star too when I was under 40.
Oh, congratulations.
My wife was too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The motion to discuss the, what do we call it now? The promoting Woodbridge. Can
Okay.
we discuss that?
Okay. Anybody second the motion?
We want to discuss the list of businesses that we've invited.
Okay. All in favor? Okay.
Okay.
I think it passed unanimously.
So I put together a list of the businesses that we've had that have attended, and the invited businesses that I've been in touch with, as well as others that have been suggested to me or to the commission. I've just been taking the notes. So just wanted to make this document part of the public record that, we've already, since we started this, I think Jeff from the hardware store last June was the first one. I'm thinking I might be missing one, which is also I wanted to send this around. I went through past minutes to try to put this list together, but I thought it'd be good just to see who's been here, especially for Jeremy, who's new, the members that have, or the members of our business community that have attended, as well as ones, again, I'll take Claydate and New England Conservation, move them up on the list, so that gives us 14 to date since we started last June. And there's a couple others on the list there that I've talked to already. Brookside is interested, but not till January. Right Approach, not till January. And so whenever somebody sends one over, I reach out to them. I send them a little note, or I just see them around town. Like Right Approach, I just ran into at People's Bank when they were setting up the little display in the bank, and then went back over to the store and talked to them, and they were very interested, but would prefer January. Some businesses definitely have a preference of a certain month or whatever. So, I'm trying to line up a month or two in advance. We've got November and December, and I'm trying to think who I'm leaving out here because.
So you're looking for new people to invite, new businesses?
Yes, to add to the list, just so we can keep.
There's a new business that came into town. I think they're just doing their build out now. Air Temple Arts. They're going to be their circus aerial arts.
Really?
Yeah, so like those big long ribbons where you're spinning down and all that kind of acrobatic type stuff.
So it's like a school to teach?
Yeah, it's going to be a studio, school, training facility, classes.
And
stuff
where
like
will that be?
They're going to be on Research Drive.
Cool.
11 Research.
I think that's what's so fascinating about our town, and to invite them here as a forum to help introduce themselves, especially for brand new businesses. Ellen's also, as we know, the first selectman is going out and visiting businesses, so I'm coordinating with her and her staff about seeing that. Do I have Barbara on here? Performing Arts Center. I know
the Academy.
Oh, there she. Okay, so Barbara had been here, but now she's interested in Ellen. Come visit her, and I know Kidalicious, for example, was just featured, and one of my daughters goes to the cooking classes there. So I've talked to her about coming to one of these meetings as well. I mean, it's just such a diverse range of businesses in town. The woman who designs and creates the wedding dresses here in town. Maybe
Callie Teen, absolutely, she would.
January or February when people are starting to think about that, rather than waiting till June when it's already wedding season, and she's probably really busy. So I think some businesses will probably have, again, certain preferences at the time of year. But if we start building list out, then we can really put together a good group and be a month or two out and have good solid 2 people every month here.
That would be great. So I actually like the having 2 people here tonight. I don't know what anybody else thought.
Yeah, it didn't take that much time.
Yeah.
I know a couple months ago, we talked about 3, and we said that's probably too much, and that makes sense. And I think one problem is if we only have 1 and they don't show up for whatever reason, then we don't have anybody. So that's why I prefer the 2, because there's a good chance, like even Brent, he wasn't sure. Even a day or 2 ago, he wasn't sure. So I said, let's 2. I think would be great.
Okay. No, I think it's great. Doing a great job, and continue doing it. And I know that Deb Morrissey from Integrated Aesthetics they're just moving from your building to the Schaefer building. Yeah. So I know she was pretty excited when I asked last time, but it was EMD Open School Night, I think, so she couldn't make it.
Yeah, it was the same thing with Jessica in September. So again, this way, we can. And then Jade is opening new practice in town, and I just saw her tonight. So
she's going in Deb's old space.
Oh, really?
There's a salon that opened behind my building too, in my building.
Well, that's I think the nail salon, is that?
Salon. What's my address? 1760.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I talked to her.
So the nail, but the nail salon's part of it. I think they're.
The nail salon's in with her.
The nail salon's in there.
The same place?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same owners,
so
but it's the same.
1768 is the nail.
And I talked to her, and she was very, very busy. But I have to put her on the list. Thank you, because sometimes I talk to people and forget.
It may be separate. It may just be leasing space, but it's the same physical space.
1778.
1768.
68. Whatever your address is. Yeah.
And I'll reach out to Progressions in my building, the salon and wig boutique. Stephanie and Mario, I bet they would do it.
Yeah.
Carlos, I talked to him back in September, and then I haven't been able to reconnect with him. I've emailed with him, I've stopped in, and I don't know. I was trying to get him in before Restaurant Week was the whole point there, and he seemed very interested early on, but then as we got closer, I don't know what happened. So.
And we have Sharon DeCott in our building, who's the naturopath, and Dorota, who does nutrition. So they might be good to do together.
Sure, yeah. And the educator, Dr. Paul Lowe.
Dr. Lowe, yeah.
He's come to some of our breakfasts.
Yeah.
And that, again, there's probably a certain time of year that he probably, like the publicity. I don't know when, whatever the pre-college admission process time probably would be good for him.
Anything new with the Antonio space?
Yeah, it's leased.
Really? What's going on?
I think the owners did it themselves, I believe. But I think another Italian restaurant is going in there with a chef that is familiar to the area, I believe.
Great.
And they're going to be moving the bar and changing out the layout a little bit, but I think they're staying as it's not going to be a parking lot for People's. I think it's going to be a restaurant. Well, I heard they were taking it as a parking lot, but it's going to be another restaurant.
Okay, great.
Nice. Yeah. Good for the town.
Good,
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, if someone stops in, and also invite them to come speak. I mean, through Jamie, because he's coordinating it.
Yeah.
But
I guess they're doing pretty extensive build out, but I'll find out, see where they are.
Yeah, the plywood went up, and that was the buzz. Was the plywood for sale sign, or was it for the liquor permit sign? And it was size for the liquor permit sign. So, The one question I have just on this, I'm calling it Meet the Business Forum. That's not really sticking. I don't know if we don't have to solve that problem now, but a name for this, because as we develop this, I think, people will get an understanding of this business outreach. I don't know what we want to call it, but maybe it's just business outreach. You have community engagement, business community engagement. I don't know, but
No. I'm sure we can think of something a little more pithy.
yeah. So for future discussion. But.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. If you can just email me this, I'll make sure it becomes an exhibit for the agenda.
Yeah, I was going to put it. I was going to put it in the minutes.
Oh,
attach
okay.
it to the
Perfect.
minutes.
Then I don't.
I thought
I
I sent it to you. Didn't I?
I saw it at the meeting. I don't know that I actually. You could have. I get so many emails.
Yeah, no. So I want to make sure it's.
Yeah. Make sure it's
official. That's
part of the minutes. Perfect. Then I'll have to do that. Great. Any other business? Okay. So we have lots of things going on this month. Scarecrow Festival on Saturday from 12 to 4. Centered on the Willows and on 260.
Coachman across the street.
Coachman and what's your address?
245.
248. So those are the three venues. 245 Amity. We as a commission have. The town has the Wisdom of Woodbridge on October 20th, 6:30 at the library. And then we have the FOI training sessions, so please RSVP, and really I encourage you to attend. And then anybody can go to that business development run by CERC on Thursday, October 29th. I encourage you to do so, and I would love a report back on it. Actually, would you be able to broadcast that?
I'm sorry, which?
So, CERC, which is the Regional Economic Resources Council, in conjunction with the New Haven Chamber of Commerce, is doing an economic development session in Woodbridge at Oak Lane at Birchwoods on the 29th of October. It's a Thursday night from approximately 5:30 or 6 to 8.
I'll see if I can get help.
If you can get help, that would be great. I will talk to them and see if we can get you permission.
Anybody who wants to learn how to do video, we need more help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Great.
Do we have anything that we're supposed to be doing with the networking event that's coming up in particular? I know you said the town, but
I think we just attend. Put it on your calendar and attend. It's not. It's not a program event. It's just a networking event. I think Grimaldi's had offered to provide appetizers, so it just should be a fun thing. So absolutely, put it on your calendar, and hope to see you all there. We have a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor? Passing unanimously at 8:23. Great.